I spent a month trying side hustles recommended by financial YouTubers. In today's digital age, YouTube is full of so-called financial gurus who claim to have the secret formula for making quick and easy money. Some suggest you can make $5,000 in a single day, while others promise that you can generate up to $5 million in just 8 weeks. These bold claims flood the internet, making it seem as though financial freedom is only a few steps away if you follow the right strategy. Curious to see if these claims had any merit, I decided to take on a 1-month challenge. My goal was simple: make $10,000 from various side hustles by following the advice of some of the biggest financial YouTubers. I wanted to determine whether these money-making methods were as easy and profitable as they were portrayed, or if they were just another overhyped online trend. To do this, I ventured into multiple side hustles, including flipping phones, driving for Uber Eats, reselling items on eBay, and even exploring Airbnb arbitrage. My experience was filled with unexpected challenges, surprising revelations, and valuable lessons about what it really takes to generate income through side gigs. One of the most frequently recommended side hustles on YouTube is Airbnb arbitrage. The idea is simple: rent a property on a long-term lease at a fixed monthly rate, furnish it, and then list it on Airbnb or similar short-term rental platforms at a much higher nightly rate. This strategy is said to generate significant profits with minimal risk. The math presented in these videos made it look like a no-brainer. For example, if I were to rent a property for $1,500 per month, then list it on Airbnb for $150 per night, I would theoretically cover my rent in just 10 days. That would leave me with the remaining 20 days of pure profit, which could amount to a staggering $3K plus per month, or even more if I had multiple properties. Intrigued by this concept, I set out to put it to the test. The first challenge was finding a landlord willing to allow me to sublet their property on Airbnb. Fortunately, after searching extensively, I found one who was open to the idea, under one condition, which I will explain later in this story. After securing the rental, I quickly got to work preparing the apartment for guests. Since the unit was completely unfurnished, I had to buy everything from scratch. To save money, I sourced furniture and decor items from Facebook Marketplace, an excellent place for finding secondhand deals. For example, I managed to get a sofa for £65, approximately $80, but I had to pay an additional £50, $62, for delivery. With a tight deadline, I pushed to set up the apartment within 3 days. It was a race against time, but by the end of the weekend, the property was fully furnished and ready for bookings. I listed it on both Airbnb and Booking.com to maximize my chances of securing reservations quickly. And then, the first guest arrived. I was thrilled when I received my first booking. However, my excitement quickly turned to dread when I received a message from the guest shortly after check-in. He wrote, "Hey there, I'd like to cancel this booking. I don't want to stay here. I'll leave the keys in the lockbox and mix up the codes. I'm not staying. The atmosphere coming into the property is awful. The smell outside is unbearable. I'd like a refund." My heart sank. I immediately understood where the complaint was coming from. Next door, there were tenants engaging in activities that caused an unpleasant odor in the surrounding area. Although this was out of my control, it had directly impacted my guests' experience. Fearing a bad review that could completely ruin my Airbnb listing, I called the guest and offered a full refund on one condition: he wouldn't leave a public review. He agreed, and I avoided what could have been a disastrous blow to my Airbnb venture. Despite this rocky start, I was determined to keep going and see if this side hustle could still be profitable. Next, I turned my attention to sneaker reselling. This market has gained massive popularity, with some sneaker resellers reportedly making millions of dollars per year by flipping limited edition sneakers at a profit. I spent time with a 19-year-old sneaker reseller who had already built a successful business. He specialized in using sneaker bots to buy hyped releases in bulk before reselling them for a markup. Unfortunately, I didn't have access to these bots, so I had to take a more traditional approach. I invested $1,500 into 30 pairs of sneakers, hoping to flip them for a profit. Over the course of 2 to 3 months, I sold 20 pairs, generating $1,380 in revenue. With 10 pairs still left to sell, I estimated that my final profit would be around $300, a disappointing return for the time and effort I put into it. Lesson learned: not all sneakers have high demand. Unless you're selling highly sought-after releases, flipping sneakers can be a slow and unpredictable process. Another method I tested was flipping free items. This side hustle is simple. Find free items on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, pick them up, and then resell them for a profit. I managed to find a dining table, picked up for free, sold for £60. A gaming chair, free, sold for £30. A used exercise bag, free, sold for £78. A non-smart TV, free, sold for £80. This strategy worked consistently and was almost risk-free. However, the main challenge was transportation. Some larger items were difficult to fit in my car. Would I recommend this hustle? Yes, especially for beginners looking to make extra cash with little to no investment. After 1 month of testing these side hustles, here's what I earned. Flipping phone parts, $0, complete failure. Sneaker reselling, $300 profit. Flipping free items, $400 in 1 week, scalable with time. Airbnb arbitrage, £462, 26 pence profit, $580 USD in the first month. While none of these side hustles made me a millionaire overnight, some were more sustainable and scalable than others. The Airbnb strategy had the most potential, but it required scaling up to multiple properties to make substantial income. The biggest takeaway from this challenge is that making money online is not as easy as YouTube gurus make it seem. Many of these hustles require upfront investment, for example, sneakers, rental deposits. Time and effort, for example, listing items, dealing with guests, finding free products. A learning curve, for example, sneaker market trends, landlord negotiations. While some side hustles were profitable, none of them provided instant wealth. However, if scaled properly, Airbnb arbitrage and flipping free items could be viable long-term options. Would I do this challenge again? Absolutely, but with smarter strategies. If you enjoyed this breakdown, consider subscribing. Thanks for reading, and see you next time.